Today we are anchored in Ensenada Hondo in Culebra. Culebra is located just off the coast of Puerto Rico. We went to a dinghy drift this evening in Ensenada Hondo. A dinghy drift is usually where a bunch of dinghies tie together and drift. Then the next morning we woke up early because we had plans with our friends on Saltair 3, also known on YouTube as Trio Travels, to rent golf carts with them for the day. Our plan today was to find as many beaches as we possibly could on Culebra, and then spend the afternoon at Flamenco Beach, which is one of the top 10 best beaches in the world. The first beach that we went to was nice, but just like what we're used to. It was a very nice beach, but, we have nice beaches every day. So we took a couple pictures, then packed up and headed again. Then after about 30 minutes of driving around trying to find the next beach, we found ourselves on a road where there was no room to turn around on. You'll find in this video right here, Saltair 3's golf cart gets up on 3 wheels a couple of times in the video. We finally got to a spot that was wide enough for us to turn around, but we decided not to, and we continued to look for the next beach. We actually got the off-road version of the golf cart today. The reason we got the off-road version was for an extra $5, we could get the off-road golf cart, of course, which was a lot nicer than the just normal ones. And we also had unlimited fuel. So it was kind of a no-brainer for us. I think it's a pretty good thing that we got the off-road version too. The wheels probably would have fallen off the normal version by now. Then we finally got to a place where even with the off-road golf carts we couldn't make it across. The mud was just too deep and we were worried we would get stuck. And there was no way that some of the roads we came down, a tow truck would be able to come down. Then we walked over the big, huge mud thing and down a little trail, and then we got to another okay beach, but it still wasn't the best. The beach was mostly rocks, but the water was about 4 inches deep as far as we could see out of the harbor. Well, we've seen this beach, so now it's time to move on to the next one. We had no idea how far we were into this dirt road, because it took us about 45 minutes to get out, and it felt like we had just gone like 5 minutes to get to that beach. This is the Culebra airport, and as you can see, the airplanes have to come through that little V in the mountain and then land on the runway, which is over there, where that arrow was pointing.
Well, just wait till you see where they turn.
So as you can see, just a little dot on the screen, the airplane is just coming into land. And right before they touch down, they have to turn the airplane and just about swipe the wing on the runway to make the landing.
How cool is that?
So as you can see, you come through that kind of V in the mountain and then go right in front of that other mountain over to the left side. And right before you touch the runway, you turn really hard to your left side and you just slam your back left landing gear into the runway. And then you just slam on the brakes, because not only is it 50 foot at the most final, the runway is also very, very short, even for the little islanders that run around.
This door's open already.
Then we came to Flamenco Beach, which is one of the top 10 best beaches in the world. Flamenco Beach was awesome that day. There was maybe 2.5 to 3 foot waves rolling in at some points, so it was awesome for some body surfing. Then after a couple hours of body surfing and playing in the waves, we decided to walk down to one of the tanks. The tanks were corroded and they were just about to fall apart. We've been here at least 4 times to Flamenco Beach, and this one tank that you see in the picture has just corroded. When we first saw it, you could actually recognize it as a tank clearly. When we went here today, we could barely recognize it. We left Flamenco Beach around 5 o'clock since it was starting to get dark and we had to have the golf carts back by 6:30. So we went for one last drive through the countryside and found a horse. And since we had nothing better to do, me and Cole jumped out of our golf carts and decided to feed the horse for about a half an hour. As you can see by the way the horse is wagging its tail, it was pretty happy to have some fresh grass. Then, since we still had a little bit of time, we followed road signs from town up to the Krusty Krab and eventually found it. The Krusty Krab had some beautiful views. You could see Vieques, Puerto Rico, and some of the out islands.
There goes the ferry. Look where it is.
Then the next day we had a nice sail from Culebra to Los Palmanitos, a small private island off of Puerto Rico. Well, that's it for this video. Make sure if you like my videos to subscribe to our channel. Just press on our faces on the screen. And thank you for watching.